There's a phrase by the great American poet Maya Angelou: when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Well, this is meant to be read in kind of a negative sense, as if someone shows you they're unkind or if they're selfish, we should believe them by their actions, that that's who they're saying they are. It's also something we could take to our first reading from the prophet Jeremiah. You know, he's expressing the concerns of his own people. Now, you go over here, there's somebody struck down by the sword because of war and conflict. You go over here, there's somebody who's hungry because there's not enough food and resources. And so it would be a legitimate question, what kind of God do we have here? Who has he shown himself to be? We can ask that in our own day and age as well, collectively as a society or individually. You know, we're all in need of some healing and wholeness. During this time of coronavirus, many of us have been staying home for weeks and months on end, and it's like, how long is this going to go on for? What kind of God are you? Well, if we're going to strive to believe God and who he says he is from the first time, we would really do well to look back in the beginning and realize, okay, wait a second. This is the God who first breathed life into us, who has given us the gifts of sharing in his creation, of giving us all of these gifts of life and joy and laughter, of friends, of family, and all these ways that he has blessed us that we can so easily miss amidst all of the pain and distress and suffering of this life. And so as we look to that, as well as the fullness of God's revelation in the person of Jesus, we see that this is someone who wants us to share ultimately in his joy and in his eternal life. That is who God has shown himself to be, and we can find our joy and our hope in believing him the first time.